For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach give us that order, prepare to slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach give us that order.
Okay, let's go. Let's commence.
I don't want to interrupt you guys.
No, you're good. No, we're talking to you. We're good. You're good. More than welcome. More than welcome. Go ahead. No, go ahead. We're good.
All right. So you went to Matthew 8:2, correct? No, Matthew 2:11. Matthew 2:11. The next one's Matthew 2:11. Matthew 2:11. And you say worship is there both, right? It is. Okay. Proskuneo. Yes. Proskuneo.
I was gonna say yes. Proskuneo. What does proskuneo mean?
Worship. Worship of only God and God alone. Jesus lays that down in Matthew 4 and in Luke 4 because Satan asks him. Satan says to Jesus, he says, hey, all this I'll give you if you will fall down and proskuneo me. Jesus responds and says, absolutely not. Only proskuneo God. He does that twice. He does it in Matthew 4 and he does it in Luke 4. Same exact Greek word, proskuneo. Jesus is a good teacher. He's just establishing the meaning of that word. That proskuneo is to be used for no one other than God.
Okay. Can I show you something?
He establishes that in Matthew 4 and in Luke 4. Yeah, go
Got
ahead.
you. Revelation 3 and 9.
It's the book of Revelation.
Let him get there. What was your name? I'm Taz.
Grant.
Grant?
I love you guys.
No problem. Revelation 3 and 9. Let him get there. Let us know when you get there, Grant. You could actually start at 8.
I'm at 8.
All right.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word.
Who's the thou? When he says, thou has a little strength and have kept my word, who's the thou?
This is writing to the people of the Church of Philadelphia.
Got you. So the believers, right?
To believers in Philadelphia.
So the believers in the Church of Philadelphia are of little strength, but they have kept the word of Christ. Go ahead.
And hast not denied my name.
They have not denied the name of Christ. Just let me know whenever you disagree. Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
So he's telling this Church of Philadelphia that he's going to make those of the synagogue of Satan. Go ahead.
Which say they are Jews. And are not.
And are not. So he's going to confront them about the lies of them telling and saying that they are Jews that are not. Go ahead.
But do lie.
They lie. Read.
Behold, I will make them.
Christ is going to make those people who lie, saying they are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan, he's going to make them, go ahead.
To come and worship.
To come and what?
Worship.
What happened?
Worship.
Read.
Before thy feet.
Go ahead.
And to know that I have loved thee.
Whose feet is the people of the synagogue of Satan going to come and worship before?
It's not worshiping them.
Hold on.
It doesn't even tell you who is being worshipped.
Hold on. It's who is he talking to?
Your feet and
who's your feet?
The people of the Church of Philadelphia, but they're not being worshipped here. This isn't a teaching. Jesus is not teaching to worship the people of the Church of Philadelphia. Jesus is not teaching that.
I want you to understand something. I don't believe that Jesus is teaching that there.
Good.
What I'm doing is
good.
Yeah, me and you agree there, Grant.
I agree. I totally agree.
But where me and you disagree is when you quote Matthew 4 and in the book of Luke where you say the word proskuneo, the Greek word proskuneo.
Matthew 4, you said Matthew.
Did you?
Matthew 8.
Matthew 8, excuse me.
Okay.
And when you quote in Matthew and in Luke, and you say proskuneo is the Greek word for the word worship, and Jesus is defining that as to be only given to God.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is,
correct.
I disagree with that because Revelation 3 and 9 says that those of the synagogue of Satan, Christ will make them come and worship before the feet of the believers.
Before them, but not worship them.
Hold on.
Read it really carefully.
Just read it carefully. Hold on.
It's to worship before them.
Here's the thing.
Before them, but not worship them. It's
pull
totally
up the Greek word proskuneo and give me the definition for it if you can.
It's worship.
No, I just need you to read the definition. I'm not going to take your word for it, Grant. The same way I'm not going to allow you to take my word for it, we're going to go into whatever definition or whatever scripture is necessary.
One day later.
I got it. It's just load the interlinear.
1 year later.
I want Grant to read it.
G 432, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a whole bunch of different choices here.
Read the definition, not the biblical outline.
It talks about a whole different things, from kiss the hand to one of reverence among the Orientals, especially Persians, to fall before the knees.
You're reading the biblical outline. I need you to read the definition of it. So you're down a little bit too far. The definition is there. Strong's definition.
Proskuneo, to kiss like a dog kissing his master's hand. Fawn, to crouch, literally prostrate oneself to homage.
See,
so
hold on. To prostrate to homage.
But don't forget, going back to Matthew 4 and Luke 4, Jesus clearly, it could mean hug.
Back up, please. Back up.
No, he's good. He's good.
It could mean a hug. It could mean a kiss. But here's the point, that Jesus clearly says that this proskuneo word, it could mean hug. It could mean a high five. This proskuneo word is to be used for God and God alone and no one else.
But we're reading.
That's what he's telling us.
But we're literally. I'm hearing you. The only issue I'm having is that when we read in Revelation 3 and 9, Christ says he's going to make the synagogue of Satan come and do proskuneo before the feet of the believers.
Yes, but not them. I can fall. Look. I can watch this. I can fall before you.
Correct.
And worship God in
heaven. Hold on. But that's not the. Hold on.
Before you,
Grant.
I'm worshiping God.
Grant.
You see the difference?
Grant. Just back up a little bit. Grant. No, you're good. You're good.
Just show you.
Grant.
See the difference?
Grant,
it says worship before him.
Grant, I heard you. Just you come on. We got to have an equal exchange. We're reading the definition.
Yes.
And then you take that and say, yeah, but Jesus defines proskuneo as XYZ.
He did.
Hold on. But when we go to Revelation 3 and 9, then you say, yeah, but that's not the same. It's the worship. You just keep using the word worship. Hold on. But the word proskuneo, like you said, it means to kiss. It means to pay homage to. So when the synagogue of Satan is at the feet of the believers, how do you know that that's not kissing of the hand, paying homage to?
Again, I'll answer by saying that Matthew 4 and Luke 4, when that word proskuneo is used by Satan to Jesus, Jesus responds and says, only proskuneo God. So whether it means a hug or a high five or a kiss, or read
the verse that you're referencing.
Let's read that. It's in Matthew 4, and it's the last temptation. There's three of them, right? This is the third one. Here it is. Revelation 4. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say
Matthew 4:9.
I thought you said Matthew 8.
Matthew 4:9. We're going to go to where Jesus and Satan are having this discussion.
Okay.
And he said to him, this is Satan talking.
Correct.
And he said to him, all these things I will give you if you will fall down and worship me. And that word's proskuneo.
Right.
All these things I'll give you, Jesus, if you will fall down and proskuneo me. And look
but
Jesus says.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's not just use the word. Let's use the definition of it. If you, Satan tells Jesus, if you fall down and do what? Don't just say proskuneo. What does proskuneo mean? If you fall down and what? And don't say worship, because what is the worship? What is Satan requiring or bidding to Jesus to do? Just to fall down before him and just to say, hey, Satan, like what does Satan want Christ to do?
To fall down and worship him, just like we would.
But again,
worship.
Listen, the word proskuneo means to fall down. So you can't say fall down and worship, because that word worship is proskuneo, which means to fall down in front of. And to crouch.
Understand that behavior, proskuneo, Jesus is establishing whether it means a hug, kiss in the hand, hug in your legs. That word is clearly
Let me ask you this.
Only to be used for God.
I got you. Watch this. Watch this.
Only God.
If you're Satan and I'm Christ, and we're having a conversation like illustrated in Matthew 4,
yep.
And you Satan tell me, Christ, fall down and proskuneo before me.
Yep.
Watch this.
And I'll give you all that.
Watch this. If Christ falls down in front of Satan and then praises the Father, has he violated? Just yes or no? It's just a scenario. I'm just asking.
He's saying
I'm asking
really
you.
Clear.
Hold on, Grant. My question was really clear. If in this scenario, Christ falls down in front before Satan, But he still praises the Father. On his knees before Satan, he's still praising the Father. Is Christ in violation?
No. But that's not what Satan asked him to do.
That's what proskuneo means.
He asked him to worship him.
No.
The text is clear.
No. Grant, why do you, it's almost like you're not hearing me. I understand the English word is worship. Then we, by way of the Blue Letter Bible, we're going to go and find the Greek word, which is proskuneo.
Yep.
Then Blue Letter is going to give us Strong's definition for it. The Strong's definition for it says it means to crouch. It means to kiss like a dog to your master, and it says to reverence, to give homage to. This is what proskuneo means.
Correct.
So if we're seeing this demonstrated in the Bible, then why do we then ignore that, and then you want to run to a verse where you're saying Christ said only proskuneo God?
He did.
But
He did.
if Christ says only to proskuneo God, then why is he allowing the synagogue of Satan to proskuneo the believers?
They're not. I just went through that. They fall down, just like you said so well. You did
They
it
didn't-
purposely
in-
when you said, could Jesus fall before Satan, not worship him, but worship the Father? And I said, absolutely, he's not in violation. I answered your question.
No, you did.
He can fall before him, worshiping God.
Is he still proskuneoing?
He's proskuneoing the Father.
No. If he falls and crouches before Satan, is Christ proskuneoing in that scenario?
That's
By the definition of the word that we're talking about.
Yeah.
How do we speak a language with definition, with context and all, and we just ignore that because we want it to just be for the Father?
I think the important part is this, that Jesus establishes that this word proskuneo, whether it means bowing, kissing the hand, hugging your legs, whatever that means, it's only to be used for God. I think you need to understand
so how
that
can we
Jesus
hug?
establishes that.
How are we able to kiss the hand of, and how are we able to hug the legs of God?
It's a physical, it's a spiritual act
Spiritual
of
act.
worship. It's
No,
a
watch this.
spiritual act
Watch
of
this.
worship.
I would believe you and would be able to follow you, Grant, if we saw that in Revelation. In Revelation 3:9, it's literally saying that Christ is going to make the synagogue of Satan to bow down, crouch down, kiss the hand of, hug the legs
And
of the
worship-
believers.
Worship before them, but not worship
Proskuneo.
them. Worship, just like you said before.
Worship
Jesus-
before them.
It's not worshiping them.
It's not saying, he didn't say he didn't say you're going to worship God before they're going to worship God before your feet. It didn't say that.
Remember, you did a great example of laying out that story
Precept.
of Jesus doing that before Satan, right, and not violating.
No.
the
I asked the question.
that he could still proskuneo.
No.
the Father,
I didn't
but not be
say.
proskuneoing Satan.
No. I want you to understand something. I meticulously asked the question this way. The first time I asked you, when you gave me a direct answer, I did not ask you if Christ can proskuneo. I just said if he falls to his feet, or to his knees rather, before Satan and still praise God, would he be in violation? You said no. I wouldn't
listen.
Listen,
Go there.
I
wouldn't go
don't
there.
disagree with you. I want you to follow me instead of cutting me off in the middle of my line of reasoning, right?
Go ahead.
Because we have to bring our strong reason. With that being said, the second time around, all I did was switch the word. I said, but if he fell down on his knees before Satan, is he proskuneo? And you know what you did? You didn't give me a straightforward answer like you did the first time. You had to say, ugh.
Can that happen?
You said, yeah, he's
I did with you
proskuneoing.
guys. I fell down before you guys, but I can still worship
You
God.
proskuneo just now.
God.
No,
God.
but what I'm saying, but you
God.
fell down before our feet, so that means you proskuneo.
The proskuneo is for God. Clearly, Jesus established.
Revelation 3:9 is clear. You're saying that.
Let's read it again.
I don't mind reading it. You're saying that it's before them, but it doesn't say, and they're going to worship God before your feet. It just says they're going to worship before your feet.
Right.
Yes.
It doesn't even say who.
Correct. So don't make that leap. of
Watch
saying
this.
that they're getting worship.
Watch
That-
this.
that's
No,
my
watch this.
point.
Watch this. All we got to do
That's
is
my
finish the
point.
verse. All we got to do is finish the verse. Before you get that, let's finish the verse in Revelation 3:9.
It's the book of Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews
Read.
and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
And to know I have loved you. Go ahead.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Now, what's so wild is, Grant, the Father is not mentioned anywhere in this. So why is it that you want to superimpose the Father into this verse when Christ is having a conversation between himself, the Church of Philadelphia, about the synagogue of Satan? The Father is not, or the Most High is not mentioned anywhere in any of this. So why do we add to it?
Again, the word proskuneo is in here, and it says that they will cause them to come and proskuneo before your feet. Before your feet.
And in them proskuneoing before their feet, in them proskuneoing, right? In them performing proskuneo before the feet of the believers, what is the reception? What is the understanding that those that are in proskuneo gathering from this behavior?
That they were obedient.
That who was obedient?
That church.
So here's the thing. Let's put this in layman's terms. What sense would it make for a non-believer to come and bow down before the feet of a believer to worship God, for them to then know that God is love, or that Christ has loved them? It has nothing.
I agree.
It doesn't make any sense, right?
Amen.
But that's what you're trying to say Revelation 3 is saying. Thank you. This is the crazy part. You're literally trying to tell me that that's what Revelation 3 and 9 is talking about, right? The Church of Philadelphia, right? As they have kept the word of Christ, as they have followed him, even in the little strength that they had, they still kept the word. He's going to make the synagogue of Satan come and worship God before their feet.
Worship God.
Hold on. Listen,
Worship,
I'm taking what you said. I'm taking what you said. I'm repeating what you said to show you that I'm following you. And right now, when I just previously explained it, you say, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. The believers that have kept the word of God, the word of Christ, is going to have the synagogue of Satan bow down before their feet, worship God in front of them, and them worshiping God is supposed to give them the understanding that Christ has loved the believers? What sense does that make? Now I'm gonna show you something. It doesn't make any sense. You wanna know why? What I'm saying makes sense. We're gonna go a few verses back. Go to Revelation 2. We're gonna go one chapter back, but we're gonna go to the end. Start at like 25.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
This is Christ talking to the church. That which you have, hold it fast until I come. This is the same thing that you read in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21, right? Prove all things and hold to that which is good, right? So as we have tried, tested, and proven the Spirit and the Word of God in Christ, we hold on to those things fast until the return of Christ. Read.
And he that overcometh.
And when you overcome with that little strength, but you endured unto the end, according to Matthew the 5th chapter, read.
And keepeth my works unto the end.
And when you keep his work to the end, the same thing he said to those that are going to be proskuneoed, read.
To him will I give power over the nation.
This is why the synagogue of Satan is coming and bowing down before their feet, because those that remain in Christ, upon his return, Christ is going to give them power over the nation. So the proskuneo is an indication that these are the people that now have the power given by Christ, as God, as the Father gave it to Christ himself, and now superseding the authority and the status over them. That's why it's likened it to kissing the hand of your master, like a dog would, or like you holding on to the feet or the legs of someone. The same way in times past, as prophesied, it says one that is not of the children of Israel would take hold and grab onto the skirt of a Jew. These things are illustrated in the Bible, the superseding of the believers over the non-believers, as told by Christ.
So you think that in this verse, they're being taught to worship people that are members of a church?
No, I'm saying that the word proskuneo does not mean to do service to like we do to the Father. It means to just simply bow down in reverence. And there are plenty of times in the scriptures where people bow down. This is why Christ was, condemning such an act.
What happened when Peter was proskuneoed?
Wait. Here's the thing, though. This is what I was about to go to, show you other situations where Peter was proskuneoed.
Yeah, he was.
What did he do? Hold on. You have to understand something. When you just use the umbrella blanket term worship, it's a lot of presuppositions. It's a lot of presumption that goes into worship. I can't just say, hey, I worship you. No. There's acts and there's deeds that come with worship. Bowing down before your knees and going like this is not how you worship God. Bowing down, that's why I asked you, is it proskuneo
we need to scale the language barrier. We need to scale the language
Exactly.
barrier.
So the
And
language
here's
barrier is
language
based off
barrier.
of what we can read the definition is.
Is where proskuneo is used, and what the result is every single time the word proskuneo is used. And if Jesus establishes in Matthew 4 and in Luke 4 that proskuneo is only for God, and then 10 times in the New Testament Jesus is proskuneoed, he doesn't tell anybody to knock it off, not once. But Peter in Acts chapter 10 gets proskuneoed, and he tells them to stop. Twice.
What are they doing though?
Twice in Revelation, two angels are proskuneoed in Revelation, and both times the angels say, "Stop, get up, don't do it." Only proskuneo God. So the angels clear it up with only God being proskuneoed in Revelation 19 and then in 22, I believe. But then again, when Peter, so we don't worship people, we don't worship angels, and that's what I'm trying to make this point to you is.
I'm not trying to make
only God
Grant,
gets worship,
I'm
not
not
angels,
Grant,
and
I'm,
not people.
Grant, I'm not trying to make a point that people should be worshipped.
Go
The
ahead.
point that I'm making is that the word proskuneo does not denote the worship of God. Hold on. The
Jesus
word,
told us
hold on,
that.
hold on. The word proskuneo simply means to bow down before. As we read the definition, hold on. This is the reason why the believers in Revelation 3 are, a proskuneo is being performed to or before them. This is the reason why. It's about an authority thing. So when people are bowing down before Peter and he's saying, get up, he's saying, I don't have that status of reverence and authority over you for you to proskuneo me.
Because only God gets
Hold
proskuneoed.
on. But there is a point in time where Jesus Christ himself, if you believe that the Spirit of Christ is speaking in Revelation, Jesus Christ himself, the same person that you're telling me said only do it to the Father, he's saying, I'm going to make people proskuneo before you.
Before you. Good. You said
It means to bow down. I'm going to make them bow and crouch before you.
before them, but not them.
No.
There's a difference. There's a total difference. You can't-
Grant, at some point we're gonna have to agree to the definition of it. You just keep using the word worship, and then you think that I'm supposed to agree with you what worship means. So again, just so we understand, just so that there's no disputation, how do you worship God? Do you just bow down? All you gotta do is just get on your knees, and that's how you worship God? I'm asking you.
The biblical definition, in spirit and in truth.
No, you're not answering the
In
question.
spirit and in truth.
How do you worship God?
Honoring him.
No. Listen. How do I honor God?
Loving my wife. Going to work every day.
You see the
paying my
deeds?
bills,
No.
Providing.
That's my point. Do you see the deeds that I have to perform in order to, the service, in order to worship God? You see the services that I have to provide. It's not just bowing down in front of somebody. So,
I agree.
So
I
here's
agree. I show God my worship for him by being obedient.
by
to
your
all of his
works.
words.
Hold on. Grant, we're somewhere.
No,
That's the.
no,
So how does synagogue of Satan?
No porn, no cheating on my wife, no girlfriends, by being obedient. That's how I worship God, is by obedience.
Hold on, Grant.
Go ahead.
Grant.
Go ahead.
So explain. I agree with you. Same, right?
Amen.
My works showcase my faith and my obedience and my worship to the Father. Now here's the thing. Explain to me what the synagogue of Satan is doing in Revelation 3 and 9 in performance.
Nothing.
Thank you. Because they're not worshiping God. They are just simply bowing down before those that Christ has given power over the nations to, for simply enduring and holding on to his word.
But again, you're adding that word to worship them, and that's not.
I
in
did
here.
not.
It's
Now
not in here.
it's on
Before
tape.
them,
I
before.
never once
Not
said
worshiping.
worship them, because again,
No, the
Grant,
script, the verse, the
Grant,
verse.
Grant, you are hung up on worship. Me and you just clearly got an understanding of what worship is, and you just told me that what you do to service God is not what the synagogue of Satan is doing in Revelation 3.
That's right.
They're not doing the same thing. All they did was bow down before the feet of the believers. They didn't do anything to worship God.
But we have to make sure that we
It's like
use-
I said, and then he just, you're already off to another point before I even get to finish. You're not receiving
we
it.
We have to define that proskuneo word.
Grant, tell me what I'm saying.
It means worship.
Grant, tell me what I'm saying.
You're telling me that these people come to the feet of the synagogue of Satan.
No, the synagogue of Satan is
I'm sorry,
the
of
believers.
Church of Philadelphia,
Uh-huh.
and worship them, and that's not in the text.
Grant,
It's not in the
Grant,
text.
I'm going to tell you one more time. I have never not once said that. I want you to hear me and hear me clear. Before you start formulating a point to respond, you got to hear to understand first. I do not believe that the word proskuneo means the services, the works that we perform to God. I don't believe that. I believe what the Strong's definition says, that it simply means to crouch, to bow down to kiss the hand, and to be obliged in reverence to. Simple. That's why when I asked you, what are the synagogue of Satan doing? When they are worshiping before the feet, not worshiping them, they're worshiping before the feet of the Church of Philadelphia.
They're worshiping God. I think that they're worshiping
No.
God.
How are they worshiping God, Grant? When you just said to worship God, you have to perform obedience. You have to perform services. If they're sitting there on their knees, what services are they performing? Nothing. They are literally just doing what the definition of proskuneo is, which is to bow down before.
Right.
That's right.
That's it. There is no other definition.
But I think what's important is the
I
object.
got another definition.
The object of the worship. I think.
I'm gonna read it in another translation. Watch this. Watch this. Revelation 3 and 9 in the NIV. Go to the NIV. And we can literally read this in any other translation, and it's gonna make it pretty clear right in front of you. Whenever you get there, if you could read it for me, Grant.
The CJB got prostate there. It says prostate.
What verse?
3 and 9. And just so on the blue letter, you could literally click on the verse and go to Bible comparisons.
I did. Yep.
And it would bring up every translation that the blue letter has.
I will make those who are of the synagogue of Satan, who claim to be Jews, though they are not, but are liars.
Go ahead.
I will make them come and fall down at your feet and acknowledge that I have loved you. So
That's what? That's what the word proskuneo means. It means to crouch. Why is it that when we're reading it,
if the word is proskuneo, NIV should use the same word. We don't
No. Listen, you have to understand something. The NIV uses the same word.
It's not the same word. It says worship. King James was worship.
No.
Acknowledge.
It's the same Greek word, Grant.
Correct, I
Thank
agree.
you.
I agree.
So what does the Greek word proskuneo mean?
So why did NIV change it to acknowledge?
No, because the definition of proskuneo means to bow down. They didn't change it to acknowledge. They changed it to fall down at your feet. To fall down. That's the word. Watch this. Let's just look at it. Click on it. Watch this. Where's verse 9? Right there. Click on it.
Yeah.
Tap it.
Yeah, I know how to do this.
Go to interlinear concordance.
Yeah. And watch, it's going to be proskuneo.
Watch this. Hold on. Wait. Synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews and are not, but lie. I will make them to come and bow down. What is that? No. The word bow down is what?
Proskuneo.
Thank you.
That's what I said.
No, you did not. No, you did not, and that's fine. If you understand it now, then that's cool. That's all we need to move forward.
NIV changed it, but the word is proskuneo in the original.
No.
I think we need to get back to the fact that Jesus was worshipped, and nobody gets worshipped except God.
Grant, I want you to understand something, okay? What we're reading here is pretty clear, and you can go check any other channel. Are you KJV only?
No, I read them all. I read them all.
What is your preferred translation?
King James is really good.
Okay,
I
don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with it.
King and New. NIV did a crappy job on worship.
We can do NIV, we can do NLT, we can do NASB, we can do any translation you want. I'm telling you, they're all going to be consistently the same thing.
Let's do worship then. Let's just look at the other verses where Jesus was worshipped.
I don't need to look at the other verses because I'm not disagreeing with you that people bow down to Jesus.
Right.
I don't disagree with you, Grant.
But something that only is reserved for God. That's my point. My whole point in this whole conversation.
I just showed you that that's not true. According to Revelation 3 and 9, that's not true, Grant.
Let's read what Jesus said.
Go ahead, read it.
Is Jesus in authority? Let's read Matthew chapter 4.
Those words weren't read.
Hey, bro, learn how to read. It does not say Jesus is the devil. You got to learn how to read, man. Phonics. Bring your precept. While you're looking for that, bring your precept.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
The sons that afflicted you shall come bending unto you. But this is in the Hebrew text, so it's going to be the Hebrew word. It's going to be the Hebrew equivalent to proskuneo. Go ahead.
And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
This is what the Greeks would define, or the word proskuneo would be used in the Greek language. that will be used in this passage. Go ahead.
And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
The Zion of the Holy One of Israel. And just while we're here, right? So you go to the NIV, we read that it said bow down. When you go to the CSB, it says, note this, I will make those from the synagogue of Satan who claim to be Jews and are not, but are lying. I will make them come and bow down at your feet. The New King James, it says worship. Watch this. The YLT says, I will make them come. I will make them that they may come and bow before thy feet. Watch this. This is a whole bunch of different languages that I'm not even able to read. In the the AMP, I will make them come and bow at your feet. The NLT, to come and bow at your feet. The ESV, I will make them come and bow before. Why is it that every translation other than the King James uses the definition of the word proskuneo instead of just the blanket statement worship? Because people can get lost with that. Worship is not bowing down on your knees, and we agree with that, and just throwing your hands up to God. That's not worship. So even when you want to keep one, no, it's worship. It's proskuneo, it's worship. But they're not doing that, your definition of it, the way you're using it, the way you're saying Christ said not to do it, they're not doing that in Revelation 3.
Let's read what Jesus said.
Go ahead.
Let's go back to Jesus. He's
Go
the
ahead.
authority on all of this.
The language is the authority.
Matthew chapter 4, Jesus is the authority of what proskuneo
Context.
is to be used. Jesus.
Jesus is making the synagogue of Satan proskuneo.
Before them, not them.
Bow down before them.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 9, and saith unto him, all these I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
Listen, fall down. You see the word, fall down.
Worship. Proskuneo.
What word are you, where are you,
Matthew chapter 4, verse 9.
Watch this.
King James. All these things I'll give you if thou wilt fall down and worship. Proskuneo me.
I understand. Why do you feel like I don't understand what you're saying?
Then Jesus saith Jesus unto them, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. See, that's my point.
No.
Jesus
Go
is
ahead.
establishing that proskuneo, this word worship, it's translated English worship. Proskuneo is only Jesus' own words.
No, watch this. Read it again.
Thou shalt worship
I'm about to show you
the
something.
Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
What word is, look up the word right there for serve.
We're focusing. We gotta dial in and focus on worship.
Grant.
Jesus is establishing that only God gets worship.
Grant. I'm telling you that I'm following you. I'm telling you that I'm familiar with this point of view, and I'm trying to show you something that you are ignoring. Just simply look up what that word for serve is at the end of the verse.
It has nothing to do with
It has everything to do
about worship.
Hold on. I'm going to show you by the definition of the language that this was written in that it has everything to do with what we're talking about. Right. If you just look at it, I promise you it will make total sense. It will be totally congruent with what we're talking about.
Right. Let's go. You're wanting to go to the word serve.
Yeah.
My whole purpose of this
I know, but
going back probably an hour is worship. And Jesus establishes that worship is only for God.
You don't have to look it up. I'll look it up. The word for serve there, right? Thou shalt serve is latreo. Okay? Now, why is latreo important if we're talking about proskuneo? Because I'm saying that there is a drastic difference between proskuneo and latreia, which is what you're supposed to give to the Father, and Jesus Christ is telling you this. It's not as though Jesus Christ didn't say it. It's right here. He says it. Jesus Christ literally says it. Watch this. Latreia, the biblical outline to serve for hire, to serve minister, either to the gods or men as alike of slaves of free men. Let's go to the definition. Render religious homage, serve, do the service of worship. It's right there.
Only God.
No. But the word is latreia. Nobody, hold on. Can you show me anybody else in the Bible that was latreia?
Who's the subject
God.
of the proskuneo? Subject only. The subject, the object of that worship is only God.
Okay, I want you to understand something. Grant. Watch this.
Jesus is telling us to only proskuneo God.
Watch
the
this.
Object of the worship.
Watch this.
We can worship.
Grant. Is there two words for worship in that verse? Yes or no? Or in the two verses, 9 and 10? Yes or no? Let's read it. Matthew 4:9. and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
Yep.
Then said Jesus unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only you shall latreia. Read it and tell me I'm lying. It does not say only proskuneo him. It says only latreia him. Read it and tell me I'm tripping, Grant. No, read it again. Just read it, Grant. Just go through it slow and read it, and we'll decipher it.
There's 2 parts in that verse.
No. Just read it. Go ahead.
Worship and service.
No. What does it say for worship?
Proskuneo and latreia.
Read what.
Proskuneo and latreia.
Read what it says about worship. What does it say?
Jesus' own words.
Worship
the Lord thy God.
Did it say only?
And serve him only.
No.
Serve him only.
No. You only.
You can't skip. You
No.
can't skip that worship is only for God. You can't just say that worship is for anybody.
Grant.
You can't.
Grant.
The text is clear.
Grant. Does that verse say only latreia or only latreia or only proskuneo?
Both.
It doesn't. And listen, I'm gonna tell you this: the same way you nitpick where it says before, it says only serve.
Show me somewhere else in the Bible where anybody is worshipped. Anybody else is proskuneo.
I just showed you in Revelation 3 and 9.
You know the only person in the Bible who gets proskuneoed and it seems to be okay? Satan.
Wait. You've been
talking a lot.
No, Grant, you've been not listening. Here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. We just showed you right there in the Bible, and why don't you want to acknowledge it, Grant?
The only other individual in the entire Bible that gets proskuneoed and it seems to be okay is Satan. And the Bible's clear that everybody who proskuneos Satan and all of his followers are going to end up in hell forever. God is clear about proskuneo, that it's only for God, because those that are proskuneoing Satan are going to end up in hell with him. He's clear.
Grant,
it has nothing to do with latreia. That word's not even in those verses where Satan is
wait.
to hell.
No,
Latreia
Grant.
is not even in those verses. Listen to me. You've been talking a lot.
Grant. No, he's good. Grant. Hold on. Grant, you just challenged me to show anywhere else in the Bible where anybody else is proskuneo.
Right.
Watch this.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a challenge at you.
Go.
Show me anywhere in the Bible where anybody other than God the Father is latreia.
I don't care about that word.
Hold on. That means you don't care about the text and you're not being responsible with the text, Grant.
The word is Jesus being worshipped. That's the whole issue. The whole issue.
No, I understand. I understand. And I'm telling you that Jesus was being bowed down to. I believe that wholeheartedly.
A behavior that Jesus establishes is only for God.
No, he didn't.
If you go to
Matthew 4, show me. Listen, do you have a supporting verse for that? Because Matthew 4 doesn't say it. It says only latreia him.
Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God in him only.
No, finish it. In him only you should what?
Okay, don't even read the rest of it.
Oh, that's dishonest.
Thou shalt worship.
That's a bad faith argument.
Listen, the Lord
You're gonna tell me
worship the Lord thy God.
No. Stop.
Stop.
That's a bad faith argument to say don't worry about finishing the verse. What do you mean?
Right there.
That's the whole point.
Show me. It says it right there. Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God.
Correct.
Only.
I believe that.
Only.
Do you feel like I disagree with that? No, it didn't say no one else.
People do though. People do.
It did not say no one else, Grant. Gosh, we could have been so far off into the Bible breaking bread and really getting some about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but you are trying to superimpose. It did not say only proskuneo. It said only latreia.
Look at where other people get proskuneoed in the New Testament. Look what happens to them.
No.
Hell forever. Forever.
Show me. That's not true. Show me.
Okay.
You can only show me that for Satan. We should not bow down to Satan. We should not exalt Satan over us, ever.
Peter is worshipped in Acts chapter 10.
Peter did not say you're going to be condemned to hell if you do so.
He tells him to get up, stop, don't do it.
Why?
Because he's giving him a behavior that is reserved only for God.
Wait, but Christ says that behavior is going to be given to the believers.
Right.
Why are you ignoring that?
No, because you
why are you ignoring it?
Misunderstand that verse.
I can't misunderstand.
Worshiping them.
No, wait. Are they worshiping at all?
Is that what Jesus is teaching?
Yes, that they're going to bow down before them. The word proskuneo means to bow down.
So the same God who for 2,000 years had taught the church and the Jews.
Christ did not teach the church and the Jews for 2,000 years. What are you talking about?
Every word of the New Testament is written.
Oh, you're talking about 2,000 years today.
Jesus.
Oh, but say when he was on the scene, he did not teach it for 2,000 years. I don't know what you're talking about.
I agree.
I'm listening.
That Jesus is to be worshipped and no one else.
Hold on. Where does it say that at?
He's worshipped.
Where does it say that at? You want to go to Matthew 4 and it just didn't say that. Right. It says, worship the Lord thy God, bow down before him and only serve him.
Right.
Latreia. Latreia.
Let me get his Matthew 4:9, another translation.
No. Don't worry about that.
There's no worship there. It literally just says bow down. Why are they able to do that? Because that's all it means.
No, I mean, I'm looking at the NIV right now. It says serve.
Okay, Revelation, here we go. You asked me about...
And it says worship,
I
so.
tried to make my point that
I'm
anybody
listening.
getting proskuneoed other than God, what's going to happen? And they're going
You said they're going to go to Satan. I mean, they're going to go to hell. Go ahead.
Revelation 9:20.
Who is it talking about? Who is being proskuneoed?
The people on this earth are going to be proskuneoing Satan.
Thank you. So I agree with you. If you bow down yourself to Satan, then you're going to receive the condemnation from the Father. I don't disagree with that.
It's showing the
It's
exclusivity.
bowing down.
It's showing the exclusivity.
Wait, watch this. Hold on, watch this. Read it.
Listen.
Can you read it? I just want let's read the Bible.
Yes. Again,
Go ahead.
I got 65-year-old eyes here.
No
I'm
problem.
trying to read this in
Do
the sun.
you need me to read it for
And
you?
the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues
Uh-huh.
yet repented not of the works of their hands, nor they should not worship proskuneo devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood,
That's not Satan.
which neither can see, near, hear, nor walk. It's setting the stage for what's going to happen to those guys.
What verse is it? Revelation 9 and what?
9:20, and then so I don't have 21 in front of me, but it's just Revelation 9:20. It's proskuneo. This is where proskuneo appears again, and people proskuneoing devils are going to spend eternity in hell.
Wait. Do you believe that I agree with that?
I hope so.
Grant,
hope so.
I agree with that.
Okay, good.
So here's the thing.
Let's look at
Wait,
this.
no, wait. We can't just keep breezing past stuff. You went to that verse to show me what?
That word proskuneo is in that verse.
I agree.
And the
I never
proskuneo
denied that.
And the word proskuneo is used for the devils, for devils.
I never denied
So
that.
my
I
point
believe,
is
I agree that if
word
you
is
bow down to these
reserved
idols,
only for God. That's my point. Is it was used for devils, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to
again,
be used
Grant,
only for God.
again, Grant, when you keep saying that it's only reserved for God, you're using that based off of Matthew 4.
And Luke 4.
Go to Luke 4. Let's read Luke 4.
Okay.
Let's read Luke 4, because it's gonna say the same thing.
It is. It's the same thing.
Man.
Verse 7, if thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shall they serve. It's an addition. It's an addition to what the first part is. It's an addition to what the first. You can't just get rid of the second. You can't get rid of the first and just focus on the second. You got to take all Scripture together, and it's all part of that same behavior. The worship in the first part of the sentence is the lead-in for the second part. I can't throw out the second half, and I can't throw out the first half.
What's the difference? Can I ask you? Hold on, Grant. I'm with you. I haven't denied anything. I just want some understanding.
Yeah.
What's the difference between proskuneo and latreia?
Proskuneo is clearly only for God.
And what's
for
latreia?
God.
What is the difference?
Service, I guess. Yeah, service and service, totally different.
Hold on.
Than worship.
Hold on.
Because look, we can have an
Grant,
appreciation dinner.
Grant, hold on. I'm just trying to get it.
We can have an appreciation
before
dinner.
I'm getting
totally different than worship.
Before I'm getting understanding, you're jumping to something else. What is the difference between latreia and proskuneo?
Jesus established that proskuneo is for God and God alone.
So what is the difference between proskuneo,
Worship
for
of
God
God.
and God only,
Yep.
and latreia? What is that? What's the differences?
Of service.
What do you mean?
Serving.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Serving.
Can you
Like
can
I
you
said-
clarify
like I
for
said-
me?
Like I said, like service at church, helping out, helping the poor, helping my community.
Is that proskuneo or is that latreia?
That's the latreia.
Okay.
That's
So
latreia.
so the way that
That's
you
not worship.
listen.
Me serving the homeless isn't
No.
proskuneo.
Grant.
You read it earlier.
Grant,
Latreia.
Grant, watch this.
Service.
This is what's so crazy. Grant, you are on tape defining the way that you worship the God as not having a girlfriend, no porn,
Yep.
being faithful to your wife. Is that proskuneo or is that latreia?
That's latreia.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's latreia.
Hold on.
That's how worship of God.
You literally just told me that that's how you worship God. Latreia.
No.
Bowing down is a different problem.
That's why I keep asking you, if you could demonstrate the differences, then you'd see where we're having a separation. I found where we're having a disconnect. I'm being long-suffering and patient with you, and you're just ignoring what I'm trying to demonstrate and showcase. If I ask you what the difference is, and you tell me the difference between latreia and proskuneo is that latreia is service. The same thing that everything that you listed earlier as to how you worship God, you're saying that's latreia. Okay, so what do you need to do to proskuneo? How do you proskuneo? Give me an example of proskuneo.
The point is.
No, I need for me to
that it's only
understand,
for
Grant.
God. That's the point. That's Jesus'
Okay,
point.
do you minister that to people?
Jesus doesn't talk about behavior here.
I hear
he
you.
Talks about proskuneo.
I got you.
So
Grant, do you minister that to people? Do you teach people this?
No.
No. Do you teach people to only proskuneo the God?
Only God. Yes.
Okay, watch this.
Yes,
Watch this.
yes.
If somebody says, "Well, Grant, how do I proskuneo?" Walk me through right now. Step 1, 2, and 3.
Taking the place that only God should have in our life.
Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm hearing you. I'm saying I don't know what that looks like.
We worship Him by
I don't know what it looks
song.
like.
We worship Him by
So
by
only
honoring
sing
Him.
songs to God.
See, these words can be used for human beings too, though.
So only sing songs to God.
Of honor, of
I'm
having
asking
Him
you a
be our-
question. Can I sing any other song? Can I sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P? Can I sing that song? Is that okay? Or am I violating God?
America the Beautiful. Sing whatever you want to sing.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm asking you how demonstrate to me and give me an example of what proskuneo looks like, and you said singing songs, I'm like, so am I only able?
You listen to worship songs where you worship.
But you just
Jesus?
said God bless America. That's honoring America.
Do you worship Jesus?
I don't worship Jesus. I don't serve Jesus. I serve the Father. I don't latreia Jesus.
The disciples worship Jesus.
Here's the thing. I proskuneo Jesus.
The
Yes.
disciples worship Jesus.
Grant, I proskuneo
3
Jesus.
years of spending time with Jesus, and guess what?
Grant.
The disciples worshipped Him, and
Grant,
He didn't tell them to knock it off.
Grant, I'm telling you that I would do the same. I would proskuneo Jesus, but I would never latreia Jesus because Jesus told me that I should latreia God.
That's right. That's the second part of that same verse. You
God
forgot-
says I can only latreia. Show me where Jesus has ever latreiaed.
Here you go.
Latreia.
No. Worship.
No.
Proskuneo.
No. I want you to understand something, Grant, that I don't disagree with you. You keep trying to show me verses that you agree on. Where we disagree is that latreia is reserved only for the Father, not proskuneo. And so what you got to understand something. I'm understanding your argument.
Read the first part. Just read the first part.
What's your name, bro? Do you mind? Come down.
Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God.
I agree with that. It didn't say only.
But look at where other.
What was your name?
Mike.
Mike, I'm Taz. So when
But look what happens
just so
when
we
other
have
people
another
get
witness,
worship.
right? Do you mind coming down? Would you like to join? Anybody ever told you you look like Michael Phelps? It might just be the glasses, right? Okay. Oh, you definitely like Kevin Love for sure.
Absolutely.
Now here's the thing. The discussion we're having is essentially along the lines of the Trinity, right? Whether or not Jesus is equal with God the Father. So Grant here, his argument is Jesus tells the people, his believers, the people where his message is going to. He says that you're only supposed to worship God and serve him. I'm saying the verse he's reading, it didn't say that. It says that we should worship God, but you only serve God. I'm saying that there's a difference. He points out that the Greek word for worship is proskuneo. I totally agree with it. But he's ignoring what that word for serve, which is in the Greek, it's latreia, which means all of your religious practices. This is sacrifices. This is atonements. This is reverence. This is following the high holy days, dietary restrictions, whatever God has set in place as instruction as to how you serve and worship him. He's saying, Jesus says that's only to the Father. The word proskuneo, and he read it, it only means to bow down before. So this is his argument to say that Jesus was bowed down before and nobody had a problem with it. But when people tried to bow down to Peter, he said, no, don't do it. Right, because you're not Jesus, right? You're not supposed to proskuneo. You're not supposed to bow down to Satan. You're not supposed to bow down to idols. Exactly, because you're reverencing them above you. I agree. He's not addressing the word latreia. So read to them Matthew 4:9 so that we can clearly hear that it never says only worship the God. It says only serve him. Go ahead. And I had to bring others in just so because if I'm talking to ground, it's like I'm talking to a wall.
And Jesus answered and said unto him, talking
Read
to-
verse
he's
8,
talking-
read verse,
hold
read
on.
verse 9. I mean, read verse 8 so they understand what's going on.
Hold on. Jesus is talking to Satan.
Just
who
read verse
got-
8 so they understand.
Hold
And
on,
we ain't got,
We can even go back.
we patient. We got patience. That's the fruits of the spirit, right, Grant? Patience, long suffering. So being long suffering with them so they can catch up.
Satan says to Jesus, all this I will give you, if you will worship me, all this will be thine. And Jesus answered Satan and says, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God.
Wait. Did it say only? It just says, as Satan is trying to tempt Jesus to worship him, Jesus responds and says, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God. You don't hear only there.
But here, I'll
Now
answer,
keep reading.
I'll answer
I don't
that.
need you to answer it. I
Because
just need you to keep reading.
And every other place in the New Testament where proskuneo was used for anybody else, they end up in hell.
That's not true,
Satan-
because I showed you Revelation 3 and
Satan-
9, where Jesus Christ himself says the believers, I'm going to make the synagogue of Satan, the non-believers, come and worship before proskuneo, before the feet of the believers. I showed him that. He says, see, it's before. It's not they're worshiping them. No, it's not worshiping them, because the word proskuneo does not mean that. It simply means to bow down. I don't know how you're ignoring this. You read the definition, you heard it, you read it.
It doesn't say that they're coming to worship the people, that they're members of that church. It doesn't say that. It does not say that.
Grant, it does not say
Worship
that, because
before
that's not what proskuneo means. It would never say that, because that's not what proskuneo means.
Every
We would
other-
never say surf the bike. Bikes don't surf. Bikes don't surf. I would
other
never
time-
say you need to go and surf your bike.
Every
No.
other time in the Bible where proskuneo is used for angels and for any other human being,
To bow down before.
they're told to
Do
knock it
you
off
guys see how he's just
instantly.
ignoring it? He just keeps going to places where it's showing you where people were bowing down to these things, and they're telling you, don't bow down to me. That's not the same as the word latreia, which is religious rituals and practices. It's a difference. I asked him, I said, how do you worship God? He says, I don't cheat on my wife. He says, I don't watch porn. I don't have a side girlfriend. He's telling me all of the different things that he performs. That's latreia. I said, what is that? He says, that's latreia. I said, so give me an example of how you proskuneo. Wouldn't that clear everything up? If he tells me the difference between the two, latreia is all of the services that you do to God. That's how you worship him. That's how he worships them. Okay, so how do you demonstrate proskuneo? He says to sing songs and to give God praise. And guess what? He's making that up, because he can't find no definition nowhere that says that. It means to bow down. Latreia, literally, it means to crouch, to kiss the hand of like a dog would. It literally means to reverence someone over you by way of your gesture to bow down unto them. It's like what we do to elders. It's like what Orientals do to elders. They go and they bow as a form of respect. That's proskuneo.
The disciples, after 3 years of ministry with Jesus, proskuneo Jesus.
Yeah, they
Worship-
bow down to him.
worship Jesus.
No, listen,
Peter,
he's
when
getting
walks
caught
in-
up on the word
Peter, when
worship,
he
because
walks
that's what it's translated in English.
Cornelius' house in Acts chapter 10, Cornelius falls down and proskuneos Peter, and what does Peter do? Instantly, stop, knock it off. Do not
Why did it? Can you
Twice
explain
in
to
the
them
book
why
of
he did that?
Revelation- Twice in the book of Revelation.
Can you explain to them
John,
why Peter
don't
said not
interrupt,
to?
Don't interrupt. Let me
No,
finish.
I'm telling you to explain it, because you're being
Twice in the
very
book of
deceptive in your explanation.
John
You're not being
falls
thorough.
before two different angels, and proskuneos that right away the angels say, stop, knock it off.
Doesn't it say that they worship him?
Proskuneo, the only proskuneo God, so
No. That's it would be Hebrew.
absolutely clear that
Get it.
It's
Shah.
only for God, no one else. There's later in Revelation, Satan is proskuneoed, and
But
the Bible says
just
that
because they bow
everybody
down
that's
to him doesn't mean
proskuneoing
he wanted
Satan
worship
are gonna end up
them
in
not to
hell
worship the
along
Most
with
High.
God. So proskuneo is clear.
Right, to bow down,
Whatever
Right.
the
Get the
details
verse,
and
get the verse.
of what that word means, kissing the hand, hugging, high-fiving, whatever it means, it's exclusively only to be used for God. The Bible's clear.
Hold on. Where in the Bible is that clear?
Jesus did it twice.
No, where in the Bible?
Matthew
All
4
you have.
and Luke 4.
So
Jesus is
read
a good,
Matthew
don't
4 so
interrupt
they
me, let
can
me
see
finish.
it. Did you guys notice that he does not want to read the Bible? He just want to give you an explanation? Wouldn't we clear it up if we just read the Bible? Just read it. Gosh, I don't want to be contentious with you, but I'm also not going to let you pull the wool over my eye. I'm not going to let you piss on my head and tell me it's rain. You can't do that. Just read the verse. If it says only proskuneo God, then what can I say about it? It just doesn't. It says only latreia. That's my point.
There's two parts to
Just go ahead.
to verse 9. Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
So who is proskuneo for? Is for the Lord thy God.
No, wait. Guys,
That's
that's
verse
what you
4.
call an assertion. He just interjected that into the verse. I just need you to read it. If it says it, then it's there. If it doesn't, then we let the people and what they two ears heard.
Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God.
Worship the Lord thy God. Keep reading.
It couldn't be any clearer.
Finish.
Thou shalt worship the Lord, proskuneo, the Lord thy God.
Keep reading.
That's who we proskuneo.
Keep reading. Why don't you want to keep reading?
And him only shalt thou serve.
Thank you.
That's a different word. That's a different
thank you.
behavior.
It's a different word, and it's saying only
But
the
it
different
doesn't-
word.
It doesn't negate the first part of that.
No,
verse.
it doesn't negate that he should be worshipped. It negates that it's only for him, like you're saying.
And when you look in the New Testament where proskuneo is used later in the New Testament, anybody that gets proskuneoed cleans it up immediately.
I want you to understand, Grant, that's
Acts
not making your
chapter 10.
point. That's not making your point.
It
Everybody
is.
that you're gonna pretty much what he's gonna showcase is this. Peter, at the time where people bowed down to him, had no authority, he had no rank, he had no superiority in any capacity. Right? So he's gonna showcase when people are bowing down to Peter, and Peter saying, humbly, no, don't do that. I don't need you to do that. I just need you to take the message that I got from my Lord, Jesus, who we do bow down to, and just follow what my Lord has already told me. That's simple and plain. So I don't disagree with him that the other places where proskuneo is being used, people are denying it, except the one place that I went to, Revelation 3 and 9. And he doesn't want to read it. He doesn't want to read it.
Wait, was Jesus cool with proskuneo?
Yes.
Or is he more like, no, it's for my dad, actually?
10 times in the New Testament, Jesus is proskuneo, and he allows it every single time.
Listen.
The disciples think that if
I'm about to show him something.
Jesus would have prayed,
Bring the precept out.
I've been with you 3 years, knock
Listen,
it off.
listen. He said anywhere else in the Bible, right? Anywhere else in the Bible. Let's see. Bring it out.
It's the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 29 and verse 20.
Hold on, wait, what?
It's a different language. Don't mix Greek and Hebrew.
Hold on.
If we're going to go with proskuneo in the New Testament, don't go back to Hebrews.
What was your name again, bro?
Don't go back to
Mike.
the Old Testament Hebrew.
It's
going to get confusing for everybody listening.
Here's the thing, Mike. You familiar with Spanish?
Very
A little bit, right? You know the Spanish word for red?
I can't remember it.
Roja. Rojo. Right? Two different languages, right?
Yeah.
Are we confused on what red is? No. So if the word proskuneo in the New Testament, if the word for worship in the New Testament is proskuneo, and we can go show and we know the definition of it, and then we can go into the Old Testament and show the word worship as it's translated in English, and the definitions are the same, then how are people confused? Only Grant's going to be confused if you want to know why, because his argument doesn't match.
So what are you trying to say? What's the difference here? I don't understand.
I'm trying to get him.
Huge difference.
Hold on. Wait, Grant. He asked me a question. He didn't say Grant. He's talking to me.
Yeah, what's the
Go
difference?
ahead, man.
What's the difference?
The difference is, latreia is all of the services of how we worship God. The Bible says, don't be a worshiper in speech, but in deeds.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just talk a good game. You have to show me. Right? Showing God is how you fulfill worship. That word is latreia. That is what Matthew 4 says you only do to God. The word proskuneo simply means to bow down. But it's translated into English as worship. So without knowing the definition, yeah, you can confuse people.
So you say walk the walk.
No, I'm saying walking the walk is only what you do to God. He can't show me where Jesus was ever latreiaed. He cannot show me that because you do not do service to Jesus. You do service to the Father. And Jesus tells you this. He literally tells you this. So all I'm saying is when he's going to go, Jesus was bowed down. Yes, because Jesus was given the power from the Father to have the authority. He's the king. He's the Lord. Now watch this. And David was. So this is what we're going to show him. It's the exact same thing. And he's saying, no, that's a different language. But we'll let Mike be the judge of it. Go ahead. Read it in 1 Chronicles.
It's the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 29 and verse 20. And David said to all the congregation, now bless the Lord your God.
Bless the Lord your God. This is what David is saying to his people, his congregation. Go ahead.
And all the congregation blessed the Lord God of their fathers and bowed down their heads.
And bowed down their heads to him, to God. Go ahead.
And worship.
And worship God. Go ahead.
The Lord and the king.
Listen, they bowed down and worshiped the Lord and who else?
And the king.
No.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
It says, and they sacrificed sacrifices unto the Lord.
Wait, go ahead.
and offered burnt offerings unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
On the morrow after that day, even 1,000 bullocks.
Go ahead.
1,000 rams, and 1,000 lambs.
Mike, are you hearing what's happening? They're doing services to God. Let's see if they do those same services to David. Go ahead.
With their drink offerings and sacrifices in abundance for all Israel, and did eat and drink before the Lord on that day with great gladness. And they made Solomon the son of David king the second time, and anointed him unto the Lord to be the chief governor, and Zadok to be priest.
And you can read anywhere down the rest of that chapter. It does not, you don't ever do service to man.
Right.
You do service to God.
Right.
But we clearly just read, and I want Grant to respond to this. In the Bible, a man is being worshiped, and nobody said anything about it, nor can Grant show me where God condemned David for that.
Right.
Are you in disagreement about this?
Totally.
Really?
Totally.
So what do you think?
This is a different Jesus. It's a different gospel. Everything is different from what the Bible teaches about Jesus, who he is, what he accomplished for us, that he was God in human flesh.
So what we just read in Chronicles is not the Bible, Grant? Is that the Bible? I'm gonna show him something. Watch this. Give me Romans 15:4. I'm gonna show you something.
Jesus was worshipped, and he accepted that worship.
David was worshipped and he accepted it.
It's a Hebrew word. It's a different.
Wait, get the Hebrew word and let's see what it means. Why don't you ever want to get the definition? You just want to tell some people something and then superimpose your own definition onto it. That's not honest.
No, I think superimposing is what you say happened to the Church of Philadelphia when they worshiped. You say they were worshiping them, and I say it doesn't say that. You say, oh yeah, it does.
Hey, Mike,
So if you misread-
listen, you're going to be a witness.
If you misread
I
that
never
verse-
said Revelation 3:9 says that they're worshiping them. He's saying that it says before, and I don't disagree with it. It says before them. I'm only talking about what are they doing? What are they doing? If it says they're going to worship before them, at your feet, that means I'm at your feet, Mike, doing something. And I'm saying, what am I doing? He still have yet to tell me. But he keeps trying to play this Jedi mind trick to tell me that I said something and it's on tape. I ain't never said it. But guess what? You're the second. Now I ain't gonna say you're the second witness because everybody else up here heard it. But you're the second non-biased witness. I never said worshiping them. So watch this. If he keeps saying that, you can see how he's just being deceptive and being facetious. He's not being honest in his point of view. It's just not true. I never said it. So here's the thing. Even if he thought that I said it, I'm clarifying it now. I do not believe that Revelation 3:9 says that they worshiped them. Proskuneo simply means to bow down before. So what they were doing before them, they were bowing down before them. Simple.
The question was asked 2,000 years ago. Who do people say that I am? Here, 2,000 years later.
See, he's talking about something me and him never talked about.
The same conversation is,
Mike, watch this.
who do you say that Jesus is?
Mike, are you a believer? Believe in the Bible?
Some say that you're a good guy. Some say that you're a prophet. Some say that you're the Son of God, which means.
Grant, do you mind if we read? Do you mind if we read the gospel? I mean the apostle.
So it comes out to all of us. Just decide.
Got
who
you.
we say that he is.
Got you.
Is he God in human flesh, or is he an angel?
And you think he is?
I think the Bible clearly teaches that Jesus is God. in
Is
human
God.
flesh.
I got you. Watch this. Watch this.
Clearly.
We disagree, but we're going to show you. But what we just read in Chronicles, he says, don't go back there. It confuses us. Did you hear him say that? He says, don't go back to Chronicles. It confuses us.
It's a different language. It's
I got
not
you.
Proskuneo.
Okay.
It's a different language.
I heard you. Gosh, man, why don't you want me to make my point? I want the Bible to be read.
My turn.
No, it's not your turn. What are you
All right,
talking about?
so
How are you
we're
going to sit
done.
up
We're done
and
then. We're done.
Well,
You just
I mean,
keep
if
talking.
you want to concede, then that's fine. I just want to go into the Bible.
You've talked 90% of the time.
This is my program I'm running up here. I come out here to do this. I appreciate you talking to us, but that doesn't mean you get to come in here and start creating rules. See, he's trying to create rules for us the same way he's trying to create rules for the Bible. He said, don't read Chronicles. Let's see what Paul said. Romans chapter 15, verse 4.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Hold on. You already said it. We understand. Appreciate you.
I will be back.
Next time come out here. And listen, and come with some scriptures that says Jesus was ever betrayed.
I love you guys.
My scripture that I'm reading right now is addressing where he says, don't read Chronicles.
Iron
Go ahead.
sharpens-
This is the book of
sharpens
Romans,
iron.
chapter 15,
Yeah,
verse
but
4.
clay doesn't sharpen iron. So go get yourself some iron. Grant, go ahead.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
This is the Apostle Paul. He says, whatsoever things were written aforetime, were they supposed to confuse us? Read.
Were written for our learning,
They were written for our learning. Go ahead.
that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
So the very thing that he's saying that we should not do, the Bible literally says is what gives us the understanding and it causes us to learn.
For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach give us that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach give us that order.